go to polymodeling shelf, select a sphere. Rename, double click and rename this as flower core, enter, right click, assign new material anode standard surface, go to attribute editor, give it a name, enter, base color, then go to shading, wireframe, unshaded. Now I can see the geometry a bit better. So W or R, I move it, scale it down a little bit, squash it a little bit. Then I can move it up to somewhere here. But once I moved it up, I would have some translation information there. So I'm happy with the shape. I don't need the translation anymore. Freeze it. I don't need any imports here anymore. I will clean it up so it be a clean geometry. Now I'm going to drop in another sphere. I will then rename it as petal. Just because later I want to sculpt it a little bit with the bind skin option. So I'm going to just rotate it a little bit and go to 90, enter. And this one, I will scale it down a little bit, something like this, down a little bit. I will move it up, move it up, put it to somewhere here. Now I can see the shape, how this shape is working with my core a bit better. Right click, go to vertex mode, select the top vertices, B, soft selection mode, hold B, hold middle mouse and drag, select the range W, move it a bit to the top, and it can be a bit flat or something like this. Okay, so object mode, then I can do right click, assign new material, I can do anode, standard surface. I will rename this one as pink. And I will do the same here. And I will look at my book, something like this. As you can see, if I flattened it this way, later in sculpting process, I have better geometry to work with the edge loops. Now here, I can go to space, top view, D, vertex mode, get rid of the soft selection mode by B, and I can then hold X. So X will give me a snap to the grid of the center as the core is also aligned this way. So I can do D again, come out from the pivot point mode. This way, I can then freeze everything. I don't need to remember anything here. I can then get rid of all the original inputs by clicking on delete histories. Double click on petal. I can do number 1 as I know now I will duplicate them. I can now select all of them and Control G. I will double click on this one and do flower group. And while they are selected, I can then click on this one to create a new display layer. And I will do, so it cannot be the same name, little letter, save. Now I can change the visibility. Now make sure this one is freezed, I can hold Shift, drag and duplicate. I will keep the shapes translate X. So later when I select this one and select the original petal, then blend shape, this one wouldn't fly to the original spot, which is a translation move. So you'll see the final result soon. I can do double click this one. I will rename this as shape 1, enter, and I will duplicate this one again. So from the original to the second. Again, keep the translate X as how it is. Duplicate from this one to this one to make sure later I won't have any issues. Again, shape 2. This is shape 3. Now, if I only have 3, you can have as many as you want, but if I select all of them and go Control G, I can then name this one as shapes. Shapes. Now I can select all of them, and then I can select, click on this one, display layers. So now I will have shapes. Now I can change the visibility of the shapes as well. Well, it looks like the flowers also selected in there. So in this case, I can then Shift P to pop this this one out. Then I can select all of them. I can delete these shapes. Oh, I actually renamed things wrong, so I will now fix this by just double click and save. Now I have flower. That's why things like this happen. So I will do flower pink and save a different name better with this. Yes, no issues. Shapes. That's the same name again. What about a small letter? Great. Now what I can do is remember to keep this translate values, select all of them, then select the original one, go to deform, blend shape. Now, once it's blended, select this one and go to the input. You'll see this extra input here. Now you can see shape 2, 3, 1. If 1, there's only a number of 0 and 1. 1 is activated. That means if I scope this one, vertex, I can then use B, soft selection mode, and I can sculpt it. And that affect on what I'm selecting now, And I can change the range of the selection again. Now this part of work is not hard. It just takes some patience to do. It just takes some patience to do. Okay, so now you can select more of the vertexes, and you can then hold B, change the range of the vertexes. So that's something you can do for this piece, Well, of course, you can open your scene a little bit. Can have a smooth shape. There you go. So I can go to object mode. Select the original piece again, go to blend shape, turn this one off. I can then select the shape 2, change it to 1, and I can do here, right click, vertex mode. Now in the vertex mode, I can then select the top vertexes and change the soft selection range. Then I can, to mimic the flower, or the flower opens. So something like this, and you can later come back and always change it later. So I select this one, and I will do blend shape 3, 1. So now if I do vertex, rotation. It can be a dying flower. So right click object mode. There are my three shapes. Here, if I'm happy with this, I can then select the original item, go back to 0, 0, 0. So I have this really just the original look of it. I can hold, I can use E, rotation, hold shift, just duplicate it a little bit again to make sure this would work with this one. We just need to keep the rotation Y there, so it wouldn't move later during the blend shape animation. So I will, again, to show you, select these three, then select this one, and we will do deform, blend shape. This is petal 2. So petal 2, right click on flower pink, and we can do add selected object. Great, so they're in the same display layer, and now this one would have a blend shape envelope. So it works. Oh, good. Now I will repeat the movement and do things a bit faster. Select 3, shift, do this one by one, make sure we won't have any weird issues. Now it should all work. However, Q, selection, right click on flower pink, add selected object, everything good, everything's renamed. And now I can select all of the petals and select the core as the last one. Then I can do a P. So I have a better hierarchy here. So now if I move the core, everything would move with it. And now if I want to see this sequence of movement in animation, what I will do is I will then go to 6. I will select each individual, open blend shape. Then I can do shape. I will start with shape 2. So maybe something like this, then I can select each one of them again, go to shape 2, right click, and I will key selected. This key is just like normal keys. You can later move them, delete them if you need. So I will do the same, right click on shape 2, key selected. I will go to blend shape, key selected, go to this one, blend shape, shape 2. Key selected, go to this one, shift 2, click, key selected, and I can go to frame 15. I just quickly change it to 0. And you see, because auto key is on, the animation is keyed during this change. Okay, so now I can watch the animation like this. And for example, if the rain somewhere here, 11, I just want to test if shape 1 would actually make things a bit better before it lies down. So what I would do is from here at frame 6, shape 1 should be 0. So I will key selected for all of them, shape 1. Key selected. Then I can go to frame 15 again. Then I can do select the item, go to blend shape. I can go to shape 1 and I change it to not 15, sorry. I may go to somewhere here, somewhere 12. I may go to shape 1 and I just do 1, enter. I do this one, change it to 1. So now just repeating the process and I will just speed up my speed here. Just change it to 1. Now, as you can see, what we're doing here is really just a combination of different shapes to help with the overall look of this piece of flower. Now here, due to from here to 18, I may want it to lie down a bit more, so I will then key animation on shape 1 again, shape 1 to 0, shape 1 to 0. Now let's watch the animation. And from this point, I want it to go down, so I will then select each one of them and key animation on shape 3 from 0. So from 0, again, repeat. Now again, in reality, there's a better way to do something like this rather than keying keyframes like in a tedious way. We can create controls for all of this, but again, if you just want to have some fun, why not just give the animation a go and appreciate your work. So we will do one, this one, I will do this one, this one. It's really a dying flower in this stage. Yeah, you can do 0.5. So some of the, again, if you don't move your playhead, what you key in here will just replace what happened before. So for example, I have 2, instead 1, I have 2 spare at 0.5 to have this more organic look, turn the visibility of the shapes off, and you can now turn the shading and wireframe off. Now if you key animation, because all of the petals animation is not keyed on translation, I always keyed in the input. So I can do 6 and I can do something like, if you have any position animation, for this piece of flower, that's fine, that's fine. So just key it on the core, then we play. Okay, so I will have 24, 25 frames rendered. 1 second of animation. Make sure you have time slider playback speed set up correctly at 24 frames per second. Then we can go to right click, play blast. If you want to save your play blast, you can click save to file, browse where to save, apply. Now, watch the movie and appreciate your work.